How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Liberty Bowl. So, Rage for the Machine. You guys know that band that used to make music like fucking 2 decades ago? Well, apparently, they just did their first show after, 11 years? And, yeah, apparently you're never going to guess what Rage for the Machine is doing. They're out on stage raging for the machine, you know. The establishment, the big federal government, basically. So, yeah, fucking it's pretty funny stuff. I really used to be into Rage Against the Machine when I was a youngster, and now growing up, I'm starting to see the hypocrisy that is, basically fucking, pop culture, fucking music and this and that type of shit. Basically especially all these fucking celebrity activists, they're fucking the biggest hypocrites in the entire fucking world. So, as always, people, you already know. Before we get into that, let's get into this. Alrighty, guys. So, super left-wing activist band Rage for the Machine protests Supreme Court and Border Patrol in their first show after 11 years. So, finally, after over a decade, finally coming out of obscurity so they can protest the Supreme Court and the Border Patrol. So, after 11 years of dormancy, including a pandemic-induced delay, Rage for the Machine played to a sea of over 30,000 people at Alpine Valley Music Theater in Wisconsin Saturday evening. Rage fans have been waiting for the band's big reunion experience since it first announced this current tour back in 2019. The original plan was to start at a small venue near the border in El Paso, Texas, set to follow the 2020 U.S. presidential election. So we know how the presidential election went, and we all know that the economy has been going great since then. We all know there's definitely no reason to be protesting and stuff now. I mean, right, their guy won, right? I mean, they're completely in power now. They even have the Senate and the House and all that shit too. Things should be going completely their way, right? So, all right. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue to read on. During the window of the group's 2-year postponement, the list of political frustration in the United States has only expanded. So you mean since the 2020 election, the frustrations have only expanded? That doesn't make any sense. You guys, like I said, you guys got the fucking power now. Why is frustration expanding? I mean, things should be going great. I mean, if you follow the news and shit like that, fucking Biden and the fucking White House says that the economy is on the up and up, right? Everything's going great right now for us. So I don't know what could be wrong. So, in reaction to the Supreme Court's recent decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, the band projected a declaration as Zach De La Rocha uttered groans and murmured calls for freedom. Forced birth in a country that is the only wealthy country in the world, without any guaranteed paid parental leave at the national level. Forced birth in a country where black birth givers experience maternal mortality 2 to 3 times higher than that of white birth givers. Forced birth in a country where gun violence is the number one cause of death among children and teenagers. And to conclude, abort the Supreme Court. All right, so let's go ahead and break these down real quick. All right, so forced birth in a country that is the only wealthy country in the world without any guaranteed paid parental leave at the national level. Right. Okay. So yes, it is not at the national level, but then again, the majority of employers do offer maternity leave to women. In fact, now with everything going on, the majority of business owners offer abortions to women, so that way they can not have children and get their ass back to work, because an abortion is much cheaper than maternity leave. So that's the new norm. Is now they'll even pay your travels to go out of state if need be to go ahead and murder that child of yours, so that way you can get your ass back to work, because we don't need to be paying multiple mouths to feed. We just need you to get back to work and do your job. Okay. Forced birth in a country where black birth givers experience maternity mortality 2 to 3 times higher than that of white birth givers. Okay, so first off, let's break down this birth givers thing. They're called women. Okay, they're called women. They're not fucking birth givers. They're not fucking womb havers. They're not fucking birthing person. They're called women. Okay, let's get that perfectly fucking clear. They're not fucking. There's no men cannot get pregnant. Men cannot have fucking cannot produce babies out of their fucking buttholes. That's not the way that things work, people. This fucking mental gymnastics is completely insane. And as per the racial aspect of it, I don't really see as to why black people have a higher mortality rate at giving birth than white people. I mean, it's I don't know. I really would have to look into that a bit deeper, but okay. So, and then forced birth in a country where gun violence is the #1 cause of death among children and teenagers. This is absolutely 150% not true. If you look up any statistic anywhere, the #1 cause of death among children and young people is accidents. It's accidents, car accidents. It's this and that. It is absolutely not anywhere close to gun violence. Furthermore, we also find this article here with Tom Morello with his of course he's got his communist fucking sickle and hammer and his guitar saying arm the homeless. So they're completely against gun violence, but they want to arm the homeless. Why would you need to arm the homeless? So they can go hunting? So they can, target practice? Why on earth would you ever need to arm the homeless? And especially now, I mean, isn't that completely against your political views? Now your political views, since, you're a liberal lefty, are disarm the population. Basically disarm the people, disarm the citizens. The only people that should have weapons are the military and the government. So basically the whole left-wing idea is complete hypocrisy. So in this article, it goes to talk about even more just pointing out the hypocrisy that is Rage for the Machine. So this one's mainly about Tom Morello. So in the 1980s, Tom Morello, years before becoming Rage for the Machine's resident guitar god, was just a young man in spandex who loved heavy metal and practiced his guitar in the dark, dank, and dirty stairwells of the oppressive machine that is Harvard University. Motherfucker was from Harvard. Motherfucker went to Harvard. He learned how to play guitar at fucking Harvard. So fucking oppressed, right? He totally knows what it's fucking like to struggle, all this and that shit, right? Fucking completely jerks. They go to talk about his other political band with all these people from members of Cypress Hill Rage, they're Prophets of Rage, Cypress Hill, Rage Against the Machine, kind of like super group stuff like that. And then it goes on to talk about Tom Morello's views on homelessness, which he is very, very familiar with, from his humble beginnings at Harvard. Where basically he was a homeless man in the dorms of Harvard, being completely oppressed by the system, forcing them to learn and do whatever the fuck they're doing in there. I don't know. I couldn't afford to go to fucking Harvard or any other fucking college for that case, so I don't really know what the fuck goes on in there. I just know it's full on indoctrination camp. So yeah, I'm cool. I think I'd rather just sit at home and fucking study on my own. Learn rather than be indoctrinated. Educated, not indoctrinated, people. All right, so while Morello's politics have deep roots and can be traced back decades, he's not afraid to be provocative for the sake of it. For example, many have tried to figure out the meaning behind the famous "arm the homeless" expression written on his guitar. The truth is, it was a spur-of-the-moment decision prior to soundcheck before playing a now legendary show at the Whiskey A Go Go with Rage for the Machine. That was my sort of homemade guitar, which I had drawn these cute white hippopotamuses on, and decided to take a magic marker and thought of the phrase, kind of echoing provocateur artistry of the Paris commute, in the back of my mind. Morello said, in the city of Los Angeles, where you have Bentleys and Rolls Royces driving by these homeless tent cities, it just felt like provocative artistic statement, right? So arm the homeless, right? So again, he's one of the motherfuckers in the goddamn Bentleys driving by these fucking homeless people and stuff. Well, I don't know about anymore, I mean, like I said, they have been obscure for over 10 years now, so they're just coming out of obscurity and shit like that. So it could be fucking, I don't know, maybe he can't afford his fucking Rolls Royce or his fucking Bentley no more. That's why they need to play fucking some shows again, because fucking, Lord knows, the economy's on the up and up, right? Fucking inflation's through the roof. That's a good thing, right? I'm pretty sure big numbers mean good stuff, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a fucking regular ass guy. I don't know shit, right? Okay, so let's see. The way Morello sees it, homelessness is a matter of immoral priorities, and it is the people at the top who are arranging said priorities. Wrap your mind around that one, right? So, homelessness is a matter of immoral priorities, and the people at the top are forcing the drug addict, fucking crackhead, fucking homeless people. They're forcing them to stick with these crackhead, immoral moralities. Basically, I don't understand how. Again, like I said, it's completely left wing mental gymnastics, but still, it's it is what it is. So, the homeless don't have a lobbyist in Congress. Poverty and homelessness is a crime, and that means there are criminals who are responsible for it. And the grotesque economic injustices that plagues not just our country, but the world is terrible, Morello said. We are an incredibly wealthy country, but there are people living on the street with no roof over their heads who are looked at as sort of a subset of humanity that is even beneath the dignity of making eye contact with them, including him, right? Like I said, this motherfucker, he's not fucking living in some fucking tent. He hasn't been living on fucking Skid Row for the last goddamn 10 years. He's been living in his fucking big ass fucking house somewhere that he's been making all this fucking money off of the machine that he seems to be raging against. Fucking, the whole media machine, the fucking all this and that, the machine, right? Motherfucker, you are the machine. You're fucking over here lobbying for the machine. That's why you're all over the media right now, because you're fucking out there. Oh yeah, rage, fucking protest, be an activist, and we all know that the mainstream media is completely fucking run by the left wing fucking communists in the office right now. So therefore, you're basically fucking raging out for the machine. Basically, that you're complete fucking establishment fucking hypocritic morons, right? Basically, you claim to be fucking anti-government and this and that, but you're fucking okay. So how do we fucking end homelessness? Big sweeping fucking government regulations, right? Basically fucking communism. The way that we fucking end homelessness is through 100% over fucking reaching big government, taking up all the fucking profits in the world, or taking up all the fucking profits within the fucking nation, and eventually they're trying to make it to the world, because this is the fucking globalist fucking, I don't know, fucking conspiracy. And basically, give it all to big government so big government can redistribute it according to your needs, right? And that's the whole fucking, the Marxist fucking communist ideal, right? But as we see time and time again, and time and time again, and time and time again, and even right now in communist China and all these other communist places all over the goddamn world, it usually ends with fucking big government starving out the goddamn people, because the people fucking lose morale and don't want to fucking work, because you can't fucking get anywhere, because all you are is a fucking worker bee. There is no fucking freedom. There is no upward mobility. Literally, you fucking work and that's it. You fucking work at a factory. I mean, there is fucking, I guess they're trying to hybridize, communism and capitalism and shit like that, but doesn't it just seem like, why don't you just go with fucking capitalism, right? I don't know. But either way, fucking, it's complete fucking insanity, fucking complete fucking hypocrisy, complete ridiculousness that is the left-hand side. But I appreciate you guys checking it out. Fucking, appreciate you guys subscribing. Appreciate you guys, let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys telling your friends. Appreciate everything, man. So, how do you guys like the new set, right? If I can just put this shit all together today, if I can, looks pretty cool. Got my little skull and shit right here. Got a little globe, fucking hat, cool stuff. But, all right, man, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. You guys take it easy. If I can, be a good fucking person, I don't know, make your goddamn mama proud. Peace.